In this video, I will teach you how to make this sound. My name is Matt Flank. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the preset. And if you don't feel like watching this entire tutorial, you can go to my website, which is linked below, and you can get this preset for free. However, you can pay any amount you want to support me or the channel. So now let's start from scratch. The first thing I usually like to do is select a waveform, but since it's a saw wave, we can leave it right there. The most important element of the sound is pulse width modulation, so let's select PWM, which stands for pulse width modulation. And we're going to map this to the noise. So to do that, we're going to go to the matrix, select source, noise oscillator, select target oscillator A warp, which is the pulse width modulation, make sure it's bipolar, and finally we're going to set the amount to 54. Next up, let's go to the main page again, and we're going to select the noise. For this one I used bright white, and it's important to set the pitch very low. I like to set it to 11 for this. Finally, we're going to set the knob of pulse width modulation to 68. So that is the default value. Right now, if we play, you can see that the noise is affecting the pulse width modulation. Don't forget to set the level of the noise all the way down. And now we can go on to the effects. So for the effects, I have some very simple distortion, chorus, compression and reverb. Let's start with the distortion. We're going to set this to 0 square. Leave the filter as is. Set the drive to around 2 o'clock. And set the mix to around halfway. Next up is the chorus. We're going to set the mix down a little bit, turn it down a little bit, and leave the rest as is. Next up for the compression, we're going to leave the threshold as it is, but we're going to adjust the gain to around 14 dB. We're going to set this to multiband. We're going to drag the highs down a little bit and drag the lows down all the way. And finally for the reverb, you can use external reverb if you want, but for this one I chose the plate one. I turned down the size to 20%, turned down the decay to 3.7. You can add a bit of low cut, which is optional. I didn't do it for this specific preset, but that's it. And then finally, for more playability in the sound, I like to map the mod wheel to some values. So when I use the mod wheel, I can add vibrato. So to do this, I will first map an LFO to the coarse pitch of the oscillator, which is right there. And we're going to leave the value as it is, but we're going to drag this down, maybe to around 1 or 2. You can choose for yourself which you like more. And then right there, we're gonna leave this at bipolar. But what we're going to change is the aux source, which is going to be the mod wheel. So now if we adjust the mod wheel, we can adjust the pitch drifting. Let's take a listen. And that is exactly how I made this sound. If you download this from my website, you will also get this MIDI clip included, which has the melody of the song. And feel free to pay any amount you want to support me. Even 1 or 2 euros help me a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next one. I have some big tutorials coming up and some news for the website. My name is Matt Flank. Thank you for watching. Peace out.